Consistency is the only currency that matters. We tend to ruin so many relationships just by lacking consistency. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to read the book from the book of Daniel, Daniel chapter 6. The verse I'll read is 20. It reads as follows. When he had come near to the den, he called out to Daniel with a troubled voice. The king said to Daniel, "O Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God whom you consistently serve been able to rescue you from the lions?" Now, if you know the story, you probably do. It's a story about Daniel thrown into the lion's den. You can read through it in the book of Daniel chapter 6. I just want to take a lesson from that one verse that we've just read. In fact, if you look at the whole chapter, you'll see a word that keeps popping up. It's consistently, continuously, constantly. The Bible speaks about Daniel praying to God 3 times a day, consistently. And here we have the king, a king who does not believe in Daniel's God, who goes to Daniel, who goes looking out to Daniel. And when he calls out to Daniel, he mentions the God that you worship, and he doesn't leave it there. He says, the God you worship consistently, has he been able to rescue you out? Now, that is remarkable, that even people who aren't really in your faith, people who aren't from your church, people who aren't really within your circle, but when they observe you, they can see the kind of consistency that you practice in regards to keeping the word of the Lord, your commitment that you've made to God. That is a beautiful testimony. That is an example of someone who is living a life that is exemplary and a life that is a wonderful sermon. It is more powerful than any powerful sermon you ever hear, because living an exemplary life is something that influences not just the people around you, but even people who have just seen you just one time. They'll have a wonderful, or they would have a testimony of God being alive and God being present just because of how you live your life. And so I wanted to encourage us today that we need to be consistent in everything we do, whatever commitments we jump into, not just spiritual ones, even the kind of commitments we make with our fellow friends, our fellow colleagues, people that we interact with. We need to be known as people who have a reputation for keeping our commitments. It is no good to do something good once, but we need to be able to be consistent in the way that we live. We need to have a consistent character. If you go to church and work, there should be consistency with how you conduct yourself. You can't be one person at church and another totally different person at work and another totally different person at home. The kind of characteristics that you display wherever you are, you have to be consistent with them. I'm reminded of an ad I used to love. I can't remember what company that was, but it was an advert about 2 explorers. One was traveling a particular distance every day, making huge strides, when it's a sunny day. But when it's cold and freezing, then he wouldn't travel, he would stay in. And then it shows another one who would cover a certain distance daily, whether it is raining or it is hot or it is cold, snowing, whatever the weather, but he would daily cover that particular distance. And obviously the latter one made it to the destination where the first one wanted to make it. And what I took from that, it said that consistency is the only currency that matters. We tend to ruin so many relationships just by lacking consistency, whereby we become unpredictable. We do one good thing this one time, the next time we do something that is totally out of character, and therefore it just loses faith or causes people to lose faith or to lose that reliance in you, and you start being an unreliable person. So I'm just challenging you guys that we need to have the kind of reputation that Daniel had. A reputation whereby people know that we consistently believe in God. Let us conduct ourselves consistently in a way that proves that indeed the Lord lives in us. That's a very difficult thing to do, because you are going to go through a lot of challenges and a lot of situations that are trying to bring out a side of you that is contradictory to the side that you wish people to know of you. But don't lose heart during those times. Yes, you might fall sometimes, but strive and do your best to be consistent in everything that you do, so that you are able to represent God the best way that you can. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to share it with others, comment, like, and subscribe if you still haven't. Cheers. Bye.